Hey, it's Mike Ames here, and I'm just kind of halfway through one of our exponential growth programs days. It's like day 6, right? Great stuff this morning. We've been doing the reviews at day 6. We kind of review what we've done and look at the things that have been successful and things we need to perhaps put some more work into. And interestingly, because one of the things that came up time and time again as we went through is this concept of being in control of how your business grows. So I just thought, I've grabbed a camera. We've got a camera here today with us. And I'm just going to say a few words. So I haven't rehearsed this, so I've just put a few things on here, which I'm going to show you in a second. But this is a really important message, and it's something that people talk to me about a lot when their business is fed through referrals. Right now, when your business is fed through referrals, that's no bad thing. Don't get me wrong. It's important to be able to get referrals. It's a testament to how good you are. But do you know, the problem with it is, and I'm going to just demonstrate it now actually with this little board here, is as the economy goes up and down, right, so the number of referrals you have also kind of mirrors it, is that when the economy is good, then the number of referrals you get goes up. When it's not so good, it comes down again. And that's no way to grow a business, because obviously the economy comes and goes. And it might even be at a micro level in your particular sector that the economy is not so good, things are quite bad. So what you need to do is control how your business grows, and that boils down to one thing in actual fact. Let me show you what that is. You may have seen something like this before. When it's that way, it's the sales pyramid, and when it's inverted, it's the sales funnel, but it's the same thing. Essentially, what you do is stick leads in the bottom of it, and then process those leads gradually and try and get them across the client line into that client zone where you actually earn some money. Now, typically, you would expect to have a conversion rate. So say in this case, for every 100 leads I bring into my funnel, I'm going to convert 10% of them. And that means, sorry about that, my maths. That means about 10 new clients, and I just made these figures up. Now, you can imagine if the economy takes a bit of a dip, things start to slow down a bit, one of the things that's always going to happen is the conversion rate will drop, simply because there's more people chasing less work, and clients get a bit canny about that. So the number of leads that you have will result in less clients. So just imagine we drop from, say, 10% down to 7%, which means that 100 leads is actually going to give you 7 new clients. Well, obviously that's not so good. Now, if you're in control of how your business grows, what you can simply do is increase the number of leads. So we no longer are bringing 100 leads into the business. We've actually increased that to 150. And then 7% of 150, well, it's about 10.5, I think, isn't it really? So it goes back up to 10, which is exactly where you need it. So in other words, you've got control of how your business grows. Now, a number of people say, well, that's all well and good, Mike. How are you kind of going to do that then? Well, let me show you. In Flair, we use 8 different channels, and I'm sure there are others as well if you thought about it, to bring in new leads. Let me just quickly go through those with you. Here they are. Just scribble this up as you can see. I'll just go through this very quickly and kind of explain what you should be thinking about with these channels. LinkedIn is I suspect, probably the most value for money channel for new leads that you can get. You can sit in your living room on LinkedIn and find potential new clients. And do you know what? Not just find them, you can then invite them to connect with you. I mean, I just think it's fantastic. Showcasing is effectively standing up in front of a room full of people who are potential clients, because you've chosen an event to do that. And you talk to them in such a way that not only do you energize them or educate them, that kind of stuff, but also you engage with them in a way that they want to give you their business cards. And there's a trick to that. It's not particularly difficult, but by doing that you'll actually get a whole percentage of the room to pass on their business cards to you. I'd be looking at 60 to 70% of the people in that room, and that's doable. Next is referrals. I put them on there obviously because we want referrals, but there are some simple things that you can do which will increase the referral rate up to about 10%. So even if there's a dip, you can perhaps do something to push that referral rate back up. Strategic partnerships are usually carried out at a company-to-company level, which is fine. But I think you should encourage your salespeople to have their own strategic partnerships with another person. So you're looking for a company that supplies into the same client base as you, but they supply a completely different and non-conflicting product or service, and get two people to establish a relationship. And there are half a dozen things that they can do together, different projects that they can do together, which will bring in potential new leads, quality new leads at that. Social media advertising. You know, if you'd have said to me a year ago, you can use Facebook to get business clients, I'd have said, no, you can't. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, social media, particularly Facebook, but also LinkedIn and Twitter, gather so much data about people that use it that they can actually pinpoint business people that would buy your product or service. It's excellent, and I would suggest that everybody has a play around with that and sees what you can get from it. Also, trade shows. For certain types of work, to attend a trade show is a very easy way to come back with a big clutch of CVs, of contact details that you can then actually process and move through the funnel. Purchase lists. Years ago, the list that you would purchase of names was rubbish. It was made up of defunct email addresses and of dead people, really. That's no longer the case. The quality of the data on there is very good. And again, if you've got something like a good currency or a good latchkey, you can really leverage those lists. And then finally, events. And there are all sorts of events you can attend, from seminars to networking events. And if you know what you're doing, and again, the key to this is some strong currencies and strong latchkeys, you can really leverage those kind of things. So all of those you have some control over, and all of them will generate good quality leads. So when we think about filling that funnel, if the number of leads drops or if the conversion rate drops, you can do something about it, and there's plenty there to be done. Okay, look, I'm going to go back to work. People are looking at me now. I think pretty much it's time to get back to the program. But in the meantime, don't forget, good luck, good hunting, and if you want it, go and get it. Take care now.